Hello, this is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through your Catalina 253 RKS. We'll start here on the door side at the rear. So you can see you've got a power awning with an LED strip. You've got two doors here. This would be your main door here, like so. You have outside speakers. Okay, and four of them actually, which is kind of unusual. That's neat. This is a TV mount if you want to mount a TV, and this is video through and power. Okay. You also have another door for the bathroom, so kids don't have to run through the trailer. They could just run in and out. This door, or guests, or anybody for that matter. This is just a solar plug for a solar battery charger if you get a solar panel. This one's made by Furrion, so their plug would fit this one, and it's just for a panel if you want to charge the battery. Okay, this is your hitch, which we'll explain to you when you pick up your trailer. You've got Deep Cycle Marine battery, two 20-pound LP tanks. This is the LP regulator. Now this is an automatic changeover regulator. So it'll draw the door side tank down first and then automatically switch over to the off door side tank. This is not a selector, this is just a gauge. So you point this indicator here at what tank you want to check, and if it's green, it's got gas in it. If it turns red, it's empty. That's all there is to it. It does not select the tank, that's done automatically. You've got a power tongue jack. Whoops, I guess I have to, oh, that's right, I'm sorry, I don't have any power turned on right now. But this will go up and down with that switch, and also has a light on it. I'm too far away from the building right now to run the power. So, okay. These are your dump valves here. Okay, so the gray valve is, this one here is sink and shower water. The black valve is toilet water waste. So what you're going to do is you're going to hook your, this is a cap here, you're going to hook your hose to this right here and put the other end into the dump station. Then you're going to dump the black tank first by pulling that lever, that gate valve open, by pulling it out. Then you're going to pull this one out, the gray one, second, and dump that tank. The gray water is cleaner than the black water, so you always do that second. It just helps clean out the hose, okay? Those are just low point drains for winterizing the trailer and de-winterizing it. Something you'll have to educate yourself a bit on if you don't already know. I don't know how much you know about trailers, so but that's just the lowest point of the plumbing. Okay. Your slide out is out right now. This is cable and satellite through. It's just a coax hookup. This is your outside shower to hose down kids and dogs and feet and bicycles, whatever you need to hose down. This is your water heater. Okay, this particular water heater works on gas or electric. You can see the plug's out, so it's drained. To operate the electric heating element, which is behind this cover here, you can see there's a switch back there, on and off. You have to flip it to on, and it'll power this up. Now, you always want to make sure that there's water in the water heater before you turn it on, or else you'll burn out the element, okay? This also runs on gas. The switch to operate the gas is inside the trailer. This is the plug, let me see, and an anode rod. The anode rod is a sacrificial rod that keeps the minerals from eating the inside of your tank. So, you have to screw that in there before you use it, okay? That's how you drain it also. All right. Now, there's two ways to get water into this trailer. The most common one is your city water connection. So if you have regular city water, you just put your hose on there, turn it on, and the trailer's pressurized, ready to go. If you're at an older state park, for example, that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite, but it has a fill station, when you first go through the gate, you'll actually fill this tank up here with water, and there's a pump inside to pump the water. So you can still use the toilet and the shower and the sinks, even if you don't have city water hookup, by drawing water from the demand tank, okay? You'll only use this if there's not city water. Most of the time you're going to have city water, so you use that most of the time. Okay? stabilizer jacks, one on each corner. You just 3/4 inch a 3/4 inch socket on a drill or a crank to crank them up and down. This is your power cord here. It's a 30 amp cord. You just pull it out. It's 25 feet long. Now if you notice, it's got a 30 amp plug on it. This is what you're going to have at campgrounds. If you want to plug it in at home, we give you an adapter with it to adapt it down. But you have to remember that you can use everything in the trailer off of your household current, your 15-20 amp system. But you can't use the air conditioner because it draws almost 28 amps when the compressor cycles on. So it'll eventually pop a circuit breaker. So if you plug it in at home, you can use everything but the air conditioner. That's your furnace vent. This is a service panel for your refrigerator. You don't have to go in there. That's just for service. And we're back where we started from. Okay, so let's go inside here. This here is your power converter. This converts AC down to DC power. So you start off with 110 AC, and you can see it right here. You've got household circuit breakers. Some things have to run an AC power, like the microwave or the GFCIs or the air conditioner. Then the power is converted down to 12 volts DC over here. Everything that can run on 12 volts in the trailer does. That's the bottom line. So you can see you've got regular automotive fuses here, and they're all labeled. Those are DC current, the same current as your battery. This is a tinted piece of plastic, so if one of these fuses were to blow, they'll actually light up and you can see them through this plastic. So you would know that, okay? Also, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense how much energy your battery has up front, and if it's totally charged, it'll just trickle a couple amps up there. If it's low, it'll send 10 amps or whatever it needs to keep it charged, as long as you're plugged into shore power, okay? This is a Norcold gas absorption refrigerator. It runs on 110 AC or LP gas. It's all automatic, so you're just going to turn it on. Oh, that's right, I'm not plugged in. Excuse me again. You turn it on by pushing that button. It'll always search for 110 AC regular household current first, right? So it'll search for it. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas. So you can pull it down the road on gas. If you're at a campground and you're plugged into regular power and you have a power outage, it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil the food. But all you do is turn that button on and off. It's that simple. It's very, very simple for refrigerator. Okay, the microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood with a fan and a light. Your range here, okay. No, we're not. I'm sure the gas is not on, but basically you're going to turn it to light. Oh, I can hear the gas, I think. And then you're going to spark it. Let's see if there's any in there. Maybe I'm not hearing it. Your tanks are filled, but they're shut off. So anyway, you would just turn this clockwise to light it, okay? And the burners will light up. Now the oven, which looks like it's never been used once, which we see all the time, you'll have to trust me when I tell you that there's a pilot light back there towards the back, right? So what you do is you go to pilot and you depress it and hold it. Then you take a grill lighter with a long neck on it and you light the pilot light, still holding this in. When the pilot light lights, you hold this in for another 10 or 15 seconds until it heats up. Then you go to whatever operating temperature you want. It'll cycle on and off like a regular oven, but when you go back off with it again, the flame goes out obviously, but so does the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the trailer, or use the oven, I'm sorry. Okay? This is your control panel. I told you can light the hot water heater from in here. This is the switch you use right here. The pump that I told you about to pump your water, if you're using the fresh water tank, you turn it on here. To check your levels, you just push them like so. And these lights will light up. If it's empty, this one will light up, and then as it fills, it increases in 1/3 increments till it gets full. So after you get to 2/3 full, when you're checking your black tank, for example, you're going to want to think about dumping it. Okay? So it makes it easy to understand how much space you have in your tanks left over. Okay. This faucet works like any other faucet. This is for your awning. To send your awning out, you're just going to push out. Your awning will extend, and when you can see the roller tube, you know you're out far enough. Never leave it out unattended. Always leave it in when you're not there. You don't want to have it out and have the wind get a hold of it and damage it. So if you're not at the campsite, you don't want to have that awning extended. All right. This one here is the switch for your slide room. Just in and out. Very, very self-explanatory. Okay, your couch flips or lays down flat. Jackknifes flat, I guess you would say. Just by going like this. Turns into another bed. Okay. This slide out lock. Basically, when you bring the slide out in, you're going to put it between here and the wall. It just fits in there snug to keep the slide out from bouncing up and down. Some people will tell you it's so it doesn't come out when you're traveling, which is not true. It basically has to do with water. When the slide out is all the way in, if you're bouncing down the road, the slide out can bounce up and the top seal can be compromised a little bit and water can trickle in just a little bit, and that just keeps that from happening. Okay? Alright. Your furnace is right here. It's just an analog thermostat. You always keep it on automatic. And you just select what you want. Heat, off, fan, or air conditioning, which is cool. Fan is just the air conditioner running without the compressor. Cool is obviously the full air conditioner running, and then the heat is the furnace. It lights automatically. You don't have to light the furnace. You just turn it on and it'll light up for you, okay? The shower works like any other shower. Nothing unique about it. Same with the faucets. This GFCI here, all the plugs are wired through this one, so if you're using a coffee pot outside and you pop it, this is where you reset it, okay? The toilet, the only thing to remember about the toilet is that you can't use it dry. See, it has a foot pedal right here to flush it. When you flush it, the trap opens. That's the black tank directly below. But you have to have water in it to use it. So the first thing you do when you get to the campground is you'll hook up your water, your power, and then you'll come in here and you'll dump your chemical right in here. You know, there's powder, there's liquids, there's scoops, there's pre-measured packets, all different kinds. So you read the directions on your particular product to find out how much you use. So you'll put it in there, and then you'll stand on the pedal. Water will come swirling out, and you put about a gallon or two in there. There's no way to tell what a gallon 2 is by any kind of a monitor panel or anything. You just sort of have to get used to using it. And you put a little water in there. The bottom line is you don't use it dry. And then once you've done it the first time, every time you flush it, it adds more water, so you're all set. But if you were to stay at the same campground and you dump it, and you're going to stay at the same campground, dump the tank, you would come back in and repeat that procedure, because you always want to start off with a chemical and a little bit of water in it. Okay? All right, moving along. The only thing to really know in here, if you can see okay, is that there's a backer plate right here for a TV. So there's something thick behind there. You can hear it, a piece of wood. So you could screw a TV bracket to it, and there's your video, and there's your power. So you can hang a TV in the bedroom. Okay, and there you have it. Okay, I think I've covered everything. It's hard to get everything in this in a cell phone video like this, but this is the way we have to do it because of the virus. So if you have any other questions, you can call us and we'll talk you through it. You can always refer to each product will have video on the manufacturer's site, so you can always look at them that way too, and you can learn about each component. Otherwise, like I said, you can give us a call. So thank you for purchasing from National RV Detroit, and goodbye.